On Saturday, December the 20th in Clonmel with a 1 p.m. throw-in, Cork's Premier Junior Hurling and Munster Junior champions Kilbrittain take on Wexford's Davidstown-Courtnacuddy for a place in this year's All-Ireland Junior Club Hurling Final. Joining me here on the Big Red Bench is Kilbrittain manager Joe Ryan to talk about his club's remarkable run. Joe, you're very welcome to the Big Red Bench. Simple one to ask you to start with at this time of the year, but how have preparations been going for Kilbrittain, and has the 2 week lead-in been a real benefit to you?
Yeah, so preparations are going okay, I guess, considering the time of year and the weather. We've had a few things kind of pulled on us because of the weather, but you kind of have to adapt and get on with it. And look, numbers and things like that aren't a problem at this time of year. I'm not being told of too many injuries either, so lads just want to get out and play. So I think they're enjoying it, and it's kind of it's fairly unique, to be honest. So the 2 week lead, we actually had a 3 week one just given we the we got a chance to see Davidstown versus Clane in the Leinster final, which was good. No, it was virtually a 2 week lead into us for us because we gave them a few days off after the Munster final, just to regroup and kind of go again.
Is it difficult? I know this isn't a group that's difficult to motivate. They're a very self-motivated group from interviewing them after matches and seeing you in full flight. But this time of the year is difficult for everyone, Joe, yourself included. I mean, you've got a family, everyone's got things going on at this time of the year. How difficult is it for you and the management team just to get the mental side of it right? And, psychologically heading into Saturday's All Ireland semi final, that the guys are zoned in.
Yeah, it's tricky. It is like there are different things pulling at us at this time of year. Like we trained last Sunday and we put it early because there was lads going to see Santa. That was the, a few of the older lads and a few of the management we were going to see Santa, and that has to be done as well. So and then lads coming into exams and stuff like that. So yeah, it is tricky, but I suppose I haven't heard the lads complain. As you said, they are a motivated group. It's probably easy to be motivated when you're going to an All Ireland semi final and there's a bit of momentum behind them, and they kind of keep winning. So um, I've been very it's while it's been difficult to maybe organise logistically, dealing with the group on nights of training and stuff like that have been very easy, to be honest.
Yeah, because people forget, Joe, you're the manager and you've got a backroom team and you all have lives as well, just as much as the players. That it's a pull on your time as well. And as you said, the logistics around something like this, the throwing time, the venue, you know a bit about the opposition. But there's so many different other factors at this time of year again with the weather, the pitch. You don't know what way it's going to be. Is it just taking things as they come at this point, and just getting on with it because you've been in a nice rhythm since winning the county and going into Munster? You just want to continue doing the same things that have got you to this point.
Yeah, I think rhythm is the word, really, isn't it? It's we've been lucky that I suppose just the nature of the competitions, that the timings have been at 1 o'clock. We've played in Limerick, Mallow, and now going to Clonmel. So the logistics of even the morning of the game kind of run into one another. I suppose taking it game by game and as it comes, we've been lucky that we've got a guy called Stephen Feeney on board this year who's doing a bit of sports psychology with the lads, and um, they have, again, with winning, it's kind of maybe a bit easier to buy into these things. But to be fair, the lads have been buying into it, and Stephen kind of would touch base with them, kind of in between games and stuff like that. So it seems to have worked really well.
Yeah, I think that's an astute acquisition, if I might say, because a lot of the county final winning teams I've met this year and interviewed, a lot of them in sports psychology, they've got into it, not in a huge way, but they recognise the importance of it. And with the pressures that are on players, we forget all the time when we're watching these games, watching Kilbrittain at full flight. You're amateurs, you've got jobs, you've got lives, and giving over so much of your free time. This has obviously been a benefit to you, and it's helped, I suppose, with the they talk about work life balance, but hurling and life balance that's very key even for junior clubs, and when you go on this type of run, do you see the importance of the psychology side of the game becoming more and more important as time goes on?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, I was fully on board with it. I as soon as I kind of know Stephen separately to all this. So if there was an opportunity to get him involved, I was going to get him involved. And I think you're right. I think there is a lot of pressure on players, irrespective of what grade they're playing, and it's very much a part of their identity, which is great, and it's great to be able to represent that in sport. It doesn't matter which sport you play, but to have the opportunity to do that. But then players can put an awful lot of pressure on themselves, and I think a credit to Stephen is that a lot of the players would have referenced to me and to the group that they've taken a lot out of it outside of sport. So whether it's college or work life, and trying to get that balance. And look, all we can do is kind of maybe create an environment that they like. I want them to enjoy playing and enjoy training, because if they don't, then okay, there'll be different times during the year where they're nervous and they're excited and different things, but overall they need to be able to enjoy it. And
Mm.
thankfully, it's kind of worked for us, I guess.
Enjoying it, you certainly have, and you've certainly earned it since the start of the year in the group stages that take you all the way back. You've beaten Clodove, Nemo Rangers, Barry Rowe, then you've beaten Ballygarvan in the semi-finals. You beat Glen Rovers in the Premier Junior County final, Knockaderry from County Limerick in the semi-final of the Munster, Kilrosanti from Waterford in the Munster final, and you're one step now. I mean, you've won every game you've played this year, so there's obviously a huge buzz, there's a huge trust within the group of players in the backroom team, and just the supporters at all your matches as well. There's such a fantastic positive vibe. I assume you want to feed off that and do the same things well again the next day in the semi final.
Oh yeah, 100%. We definitely feed off it. Like we referenced, like an example is we referenced at halftime of the Munster final, the roar that we got off the pitch, and you kind of you have to acknowledge it, and you have to, I suppose, appreciate it, even during it as well. Quite difficult to do, but yeah, like sure, it's incredible, really. Again, it goes back to wanting them to enjoy it. We still we go through our routine of maybe look at the opposition for a certain part of the week, and then it's ourselves for the rest of the week, and we'll just see. So look, again, it's worked out so far. We've won like all those games that you mentioned. It's great to say we've won them, but we won the county final by a point, albeit it was a goal the last minute that the Glen got. Ballygarvan, we got a goal off Conor Stanowski to really swing the game for us. So particularly in the county championships, for a majority of them, they've been really really tight games, and it's kind of stood to the lads, I think, as it's just building confidence, really.
You've been scoring a lot of goals, been very good defensively, very solid, all the right things you need in a county and a provincial championship winning team. So have Davidstown-Courtnacuddy. And I think this is the thing that is forgotten maybe this part of the world. There's a lot of excitement and everybody's anticipating, the West Cork team in an All Ireland semi final. But you would have watched them for straight up. You were there and you could see them in the flesh. They beat Clane 3-12 to 11 points. This is a serious test, the most serious test of the year, Joe. And like, this is the thing, you've had such fantastic run reminding the players of what the challenge that lies in front of them, and a really quality opponent as well from Wexford that are just as hungry to get to an All-Ireland final as yourselves. How easy has it been to zone in on them, and the opponents, and remind your players just of the challenge that lies ahead?
Yeah, they've been pretty good so far in each game to kind of be focused, and I guess we generally split the weeks between opposition and then ourselves, so it's been consistent that way. But you're right, like Davidstown, they're a really well balanced team. Actually, they're probably the most balanced team that we've come across. Most teams we've come across would have, you know, Paddy Fitzgerald now as the main guy for
Mm.
Kilbrittain, for example. But they're a kind of a rural club in that they're a smallish club, kind of like Kilbrittain. They've won the junior A football this year, so it's a pretty special year for them. From looking at them, they seem to have a really good age profile. A lot of their forwards are under 21s, and then you've David Dunn, who's like a Wexford senior up until a few years ago. So yeah, you're absolutely right. And look, the added incentive for both teams is that it's one game from Crow Park, which is kind of once in a lifetime stuff. So it'll be I think it'll be a really good game, and I hope, look, all we can do is put our best foot forward.
Before we wrap it up, I have to ask you, because the draws for the 2026 Intermediate A Hurling Championships, I know they're not on your mind. I know you're fully focused on what's in front of you, but the fact that your West Cork neighbours Bandon have been drawn out in the same group, the reaction to that, obviously, I had on Russell Rovers as well, a very, very tough group. I know you're not thinking about it, Joe, but I just wanted to get you and your reaction when you saw the word Bandon coming out.
Yeah, sure. It was kind of destined, really, wasn't it? I
Mm.
think it's brilliant. I love it. Just for like Carby Hurling as well. You've Barry
Mm.
Rowan, Timoleague, Bandon, and Kilbrittain, like two real local derbies, and it'll be great. Hopefully, massive crowd, middle of summer. Or I think it's the second round, so maybe
Mm.
going into August time. So it's brilliant. Yeah, like I mean, this is what you know. If you can't get yourself motivated for a game like that, then you're in trouble. We like. Interestingly, funnily enough, we were actually training in Bandon, the top pitch, the last 2 weeks. So, well, we were very appreciative of them providing the pitch for us because we were stuck one of the nights, and I'm sure that's probably the end of that. That's the hand of friendship is probably withdrawn now after that. But no, no, look, sure, it's great. It's great.
As you said, it was destiny. But before all of that, and later on next year, the not so small matter on Saturday, December 20th in Clonmel with a 1 p.m. throw the All Ireland Junior Club Hurling semi final. Davidstown-Courtnacuddy from Wexford taking on Cork Premier Junior Hurling County Champions and Munster Junior Champions Kilbrittain. Joe, from everybody here in the Big Red Bench, we wish you, everybody associated with Kilbrittain, all the very best of luck with that one.
Nice try.